How we do, folks? Your boy Marcus 1225 numbers after the name Marcus and Fraz action. Rolling with the captain, rolling with the crew, rolling over here. Overcooked 2. Y'all already know how we be is doing the last one of these. Kevin 3. Unfortunately, I have no idea what I did with the footage for Kevin 2 here on the DLC pack. I was like looking through it and I'm like, man, where is it? Like, I have some versions of it. I don't have the full ones. I'm like, all right, so we'll put Kevin 3. At some point in my life, we'll go back, we'll beat Kevin 2. Even though there is a beating, but we'll at least record it so we have it on there. And then, we'll kind of go and see what we develop from there. But yeah, as you can see, obviously, like all these Kevin stages, they kind of take some of the better parts of some of the wackier things and kind of just add them up there. It's pretty interesting too, because for us that like don't really fully remember the story too much, when I go back and I look at it, I'm like, well, what the hell is the point of this Kevin stage? I was like, why can't this just be like 1-7? Like, what's going on over here? Like 3 this or 3 that. And you're like, all right, Kevin character, boom, 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 story, plot develop, all that jazz. Cool, good to know. Throw the 2 flowers in there, man. Come on, bruh. Oy vey, man. Tough when you make those mistakes in the kitchen, man. It hurts, man. It hurts to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just trying over here put in some work and then just don't actually like work. You put in some carrots. You're like, what's going on over here? It's tricky, man. As you can see, we kind of developed a system where I was going to say there's somebody kind of in the middle. There is someone kind of in the middle, but the person in the middle is also kind of covering some of the sides. It's always one of the fun things, and especially for the most part, we play this 2-player, even though you've seen a lot of footage of us hitting up with the 3-player as well, even sometimes 4 as well, when sometimes I go decide to like pop in there and whatnot. So a lot of optionalities here when we play, but it's interesting to see what becomes easier, what becomes harder, because for the most part, I would say doing it with 3 people is slightly easier, but there's sometimes where you just kind of get in your way. It's an interesting one too when you kind of go and look at it. I mentioned this in experience when we played, I believe it was like 5-2 or 5-3. 5-3 maybe sounds familiar. In like the base game, Sans DLC, that like we finally like beat it, and then we like went to go look online. We're like, all right, let's see, because like we must have done something crazy, like this, like unheard of. And then you go look online and people are like just like mopping the floor with you, right? It's kind of like anytime I think I'm like good at Call of Duty and then I see somebody else like playing it at, some pro event or something, I'm like, okay. I was like, they playing a different version of Call of Duty than I am. I was like, got that. I'm pretty good at Call of Duty for like what I do. I don't know about what they do per se. And that was kind of the same feeling. So when you kind of like play with like 1 to 2 or 3 people, like sometimes we'll be feeling pretty good about it. Be like, man, we got a whole system here. This is tremendous kind of stuff. And then you'll just go like I figured out and be like, oh yeah, we could have done X, Y, and Z and all that kind of jazz. Once again, it's a party game, man. It ain't like that serious. Honestly, who even cares if we get the stars? But we do, so that's how we play. But yeah, we kind of have the system over here with Panda kind of goes through the middle, and then I'm up top, and then the other person down low, and we kind of just mix and match and do our due diligence that way. But as you can see, 1 minute down over here, we're cooking, we're chefing it up. We're working through our progressions here, kind of keep the systems going. Made a little boo-boo there at the beginning, but no biggie. The chucking the item stuff, too, which is an interesting kind of like addition over here to Overcooked 2, and it's weird when you go back to Overcooked 1 and you can't like throw them or something. I'm like, what's going on here, man? Like, I'm not able to do this. Good. It has more gameplay, obviously, elements to it. It gives you more optionality and all that kind of stuff. Bad, because with somebody like me, I just be hella recklessly throwing some stuff every once in a while. So serving up over here, we got 40 seconds. I think we got to get to like at least 1,200, 60. I don't remember right now the price. We'll see it here in a little bit. Tips are doing all right. The one thing I never really paid much attention to when I was playing this game a lot, and I just don't know even how much it matters per se. So you can see I got to toss that plate. I'm like, man, we about to lose this food. Hold up. Oof, got that right before we burned it. Is just getting the orders in on time. I always cared about getting them in the right order, obviously, because you keep getting the multiplier and all that kind of jazz. But I never really cared of like, man, we got to get this in like stat, like in order to get this through. Like that never really like mattered much to me. Like it's like whatever, man. As long as we get in there and like we get the points, and yeah, it must have been 1,200. We got 1,231 over here to tap it out. But that would be an interesting way to maximize it, to see how much quicker you could get it to get to that point. So there we go, man. DLC finito.